Hello everybody and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. Last time out we did the first investigation of the Trials and Tribulations game. We were trying to figure out who stole the urn, weren't we? And I guess it's either Rhonda Light or Luke at me. You know, one or the other. And we're trying to defend the one who stole it, even though technically we're the victims in this case. I don't know. Also, if you cannot tell, I'm a bit, I've had a cold over the past week. So if my voice is sound off, or I'm a bit slow. It's basically because I've been bunged up, and this is the first day where I've been able to breathe out of both nostrils. So I thought I'd attempt it then, or I'd attempt it now. But yeah, if I'm slow or lethargic, that's my excuse. I apologize now because you might notice. Okay, first voice of the day. Hey Nick. What is it? Is something wrong?
Yeah, did you see all the people in here? It's crazy. Oh, so check out the Mask DeMasque glossy I bought.
Also, I changed changed the window to be sized better than last time. It was a scaling issue on my end because of the monitor I use is slightly awkward. So and also I had Donkey Kong last up, so we fixed it anyway. So hopefully it should be okay now, and you see the full image. You bought this where?
And the little tents.
Nope, that's the first screw up of the day.
From the little tents in front of the courthouse. They have all sorts of things for sale. You know I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff.
Mask DeMasque publicity photo. Oh yeah, I forgot. What voice did we give Rhonda Light? Well, this could be interesting. It's been more than a week, so because usually I record on Mondays, and it's been more than a week. Technically, it's like been a week and a half, so I always forget basically everything by then. Because okay, I'll try and remember. I remember it being more like a bit like a, huh, like a come on, I'm guilty. Throw the book at me.
Who's screaming like that?
Oh, Mr. Wright, you made it. Yeah, I did, but it doesn't look like things are going any less ugly for you. Because I did it. I'm the criminal. Me! Me! Me!
He's at it again.
I sent the calling card to Lordly Taylor. I admit it. But you don't have the sacred urn, right? Well, that's true, but, that doesn't mean I didn't commit the crime. Normally, when I say, of course you didn't, I'm being sarcastic, but you... Yikes. Anyway, I admit that I'm guilty. Just make sure they give me a guilty verdict, please? Okay, I think I remember this voice.
Oh, there you are, Ronnie. Bonjour, sweetie.
Oh, Desi, honey. Bonjour. Well, actually, I don't really know why I should be speaking French to you at a time like this.
Leave it all to me, Ronnie. I'll swear I'll protect you.
Well, you see, actually, thief is me.
Can I tell you something, Nicky boy? I guarantee that my Ronnie is innocent. If he's declared guilty, I'll be ever so cross with you.
So why are you smiling when you say it? Well, if you'll excuse me, I've got some errands I need to take care of. I'll be counting on you, Nicky boy. Good luck. Oh yeah, also another boon of being bunged up for the past few days is not being able to sleep, because I can't, when you sleep, you can't, oh, when I sleep, I can't breathe. That's been fun. Anyway, so I'm also tired. It's a great combo, so again, I'll apologize for the yawning I might do. To be honest, I really don't know whether Ron is Mask DeMasque or not. There's only one thing that I am sure of. He doesn't have the sacred urn right now.
Mr. Delight, it's time for you to enter the courtroom.
For the time being, guess I'll have to trust Desiree. Definitely still sounds like a stripper name to me. Okay, well, this should sound right. Oh, this should sound fairly okay.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Now I've got to decide what voice. I didn't look it up last time. If it's pronounced Godot or Godot. I'm trying to remember what voice the anime given. So it's like a pointer, a reference. I'm trying to think of what voice would suit. Because he's a very serious man most of the time, anyway. So,
What about the prosecution? Are you prepared to?
what a stupid question.
What did you say?
Fine.
Let me ask you, then. Your Honor, are you ready? Are you ready to pass judgment? What? No, I'm not. I will pass judgment after I hear arguments from both sides.
Well, if you're not ready yourself, you shouldn't expect others to be. That's a rule to live by.
Who are you?
I'm Godot, legendary prosecutor, and I've never lost a case.
He's that one the detective Adme was talking about.
Yes, your reputation precedes you. What kind of cases have you dealt with so far?
None. I kinda like him, to be honest. I mean, he's got a sweet-ass theme to go alongside him. And he gets unlimited coffee.
What did you say?
I've never prosecuted a case before.
Never? But you said you never lost before.
Well, exactly. You can't lose if you don't have any cases. 100% win record. Exactly. I never lost. And I've never won before either.
Quite arrogant for a beginner, aren't you?
Even the mightiest of redwoods begin their lives as mere saplings.
Yes, but a mask in a court of law?
Listen, he's got, you know, he saw what Cyclops was rocking in X-Men and thought, you know what's better than one Pfizer? 3 of them. Then I'm going to combine it and have the edges look like an axe. It is pretty cool when you think about it. And, you know, the reason why he wears that mask is a bit stupid, but it's fine. Don't you know anything? No matter the man, we all wear masks. Either on our faces or over our hearts. He does have some sick facial hair, though.
This guy is a real deal, all right, Nick.
Why does it seem like all the prosecutors are the real deal? So, we finally meet Mr. Phoenix Wright. Hmm?
Nick, is he a friend of yours?
No, I have I don't have any friends that call me Trite. Just who is this masked man?
I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. Well then, Prosecutor Gobbo?
It's not Gobbo, it's Godot, Your Honor. And I'll be changing it to whatever I pronounce it to be at many other times during the whole series.
In any case, please give your opening statement.
Opening statement? Those things are not fit for even dogs to consume. I have only one thing to say before we start. To you, Mr. Trite.
Give me a moment, I'm yawning.
Whew. What is it? What is it?
You familiar with the saying, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link? I wonder how much you can withstand before you and your case break in two.
To be fair, you gotta like admit to the style. 'Cause I think like Godot is probably how I would dress a little bit if I was going to be a lawyer, or at least in some posh, swanky outfit every other day.
Well then, let's hear from the first witness.
Oh, it's good old Dick.
Yeah, my name. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, pal. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, my name is
No one has asked for your name, witness.
Yeah.
The important thing is what you know. That is all. It does take a bold man to rock a turquoise shirt. Or is that turquoise? Is it more like a... I don't know. I always struggle with colours. I'm not... I mean, I know like my dad's colourblind, but I'm not. I don't think, at least. But I think that... Yeah, it's a hard thing to pull off. A turquoise shirt. You have to sort of find the right colours to, you know, match it. But, you know, when you're also wearing a phaser... Or a visor, sorry. I'm getting my Star Trek references mixed up with my X-Men, I guess.
Yes, sir. All right, witness. First, let's hear about what do you know about the thief who stole the urn? Yes, sir.
Again, I should have a mistake counter in the corner. See how far we get.
Mask DeMasque is a master thief that first started his crime spree 6 months ago. He's so confident that he sends his calling card before he even commits the crimes. This was his 5th heist, and he, as usual, he sent a card to Lordly Taylor. His pattern is to always go after the most precious art pieces. That's why we were sure it was Mask DeMasque, sir. It fits his MO to a T. And I ain't even talking about cars. So, the actual identity of this Mask DeMasque is, Mr. Godot, what are you?
I want to know who is giving him that coffee.
We're in the middle of a trial here, Mr. Godot.
Blacker than the moonless night, hotter and more bitter than hell itself. This is coffee. I'm not a big lover of coffee. I understand why people have it, and to be fair, I should be using it or start to drink it instead of you know, sugar water instead of the fizzy drinks. I'm trying to cut down. I usually drink water. Speaking of, I've just spilt water on my chair. That was brilliant. Well done, me. Fortunately, I have got some, well, I was going to say, going to say some thingy roll, kitchen roll, but it's actually not softer. It's toilet roll, because if I use kitchen roll, I'm going to hurt my nose. That's the one thing I hate about a cold. When you have a cold, I can deal with being bunged up. And then the sneezing. I mean, the worst colds for me are the runny ones, where your nose is streaming, but nothing will come out. Like when you actually blow. But the worst thing is, because when it's like that, you always end up getting hardened skin around your nose, and for me as well, around the mouth, because I tend to like have very sensitive like skin around there. So I always end up getting like cracked lips, and that is the one that's what kills me. Every single time. It just hurts when you talk, when you eat anything, when you open your mouth at all. Oh, it's a pain in the ass, but that should be dry now. Okay. Averted. Anyway, let's get back into the thing of Godot. Oh, I just realised he wears a ring on the same finger I do.
I'm sure you can grant me at least this much, Your Honor. Oh, please proceed. Very well, it's only coffee after all.
What? You can't be letting him slide this early in the trial.
Proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Well, Nick, what are you gonna do? As long as they haven't brought up Mr. Delight's identity, all we can do is show that it wasn't Mask DeMasque who stole the urn. Well then, let's begin. Press everything. Have you been involved in the investigation from the beginning?
Yeah, nobody knows more about the thief than me, pal. It's true. I'm a Zvari, offer on thieves.
Is that actually what that means, or I could have fooled me? An author? He's written books about thieves? I think he probably meant to say authority.
And the fact that this guy can slip through even my fingers show how good he is, pal.
It's easy when those fingers happen to be butterfingers. Press. Table slam. Boo. No table slam. So, nobody knew more about the thief than you, huh?
You got it, pal. Except maybe for the thief's mom, that is.
Isn't there someone who knows even more about him than... Isn't there someone who knows even more about him than the police?
Yeah, you don't mean Detective Zvari, do you? Who is this person? Zvari? He sounds German. His name is Luke Atme, sir. I guess I shouldn't have made up such a silly name for him.
What the heck? I guess he's not that famous after all.
Anyway, it's true that he did manage to retrieve the last item stole from the thief. Oh, I see. It seems you're not the expert you claim to be. And it looks like the thief is toying with me, even now.
So confident he sends his calling cards before he commits crime. Yep, that's fair. Have you seen all of these so-called calling cards?
Of course I have, except, person in charge of the treasure exhibit never brought their card to the police. So I didn't see this one until after the crime occurred.
That's because Detective Adme stopped Miss Andrews from taking it to the police.
Was the calling card that Lolly Taylor received authentic?
I'm glad my yawns are coming in on the judge, because it sort of helps.
All the cards have one common identifying feature. We're not releasing that information to the general public. But you're absolutely certain that this card is real.
I'm sure you can't say it out loud, but I bet he's talking about the Mask DeMasque emblem. This is fifth heist, and as usual, listen to card to Lordly Taylor. We know this now. It's fifth heist, and your fifth screw-up, huh?
Objection, pal. That ain't fair. Maybe you could say I screwed up 4 times.
Sorry, just checking there's any residue, any other water that I might have dropped.
Yeah, but this time it wasn't my fault. I didn't know about the calling card this time.
You of all people shouldn't be chuckling about this, Detective Gumshoe. Again, yawning. Yeah, it's all falling apart today. I guess it's, you know, I'm ill. I'm taking the L's when I can.
I just want everyone in the courtroom to know something. Yeah, pal. If you ever get a calling card from this guy, don't call some stupid private eye. Call your local police right away. You got me?
Wow, he looks like he's really got it in for Detective Atme.
Well, you know, creative, you know, or professional rivalries. His pattern is always to go after only the most precious art pieces. Can't stop yawning. Art pieces? Like what, for example?
Yeah, well, his first target was the famous tear of Emanon. What's that? Some kind of especially salty teardrop? Yeah, no, sir, it's a blue diamond. A single rare diamond. Next was the crown of Bagora. You know, the thing you put on your head. After that was the left hand of Hades, and then the portrait of Magina. Sir. Detective Abney retrieved the portrait of Magina and returned it to the museum.
And the target of his fifth and last robbery was the sacred urn, right?
Isn't it difficult for him to dispose of such famous art pieces?
I was gonna say this when we're talking about thief and stuff. It's much easier to actually, like, if you were to say, would I rather steal a truck of iPhones or the Mona Lisa? I'm taking the iPhones because it's going to be a lot easier to dispose of them than to sell a priceless item. Because basically, if it's something is high profile and stolen, people know that it's been stolen, so no one's going to want to buy it because of the, you know, the issues that come with, you know, theft.
Yeah, well, we assume he must have some underworld connections.
Somehow, Mr. Delight doesn't look the type.
Yeah, he's just a little too sunny to be hanging out in the underworld. No, you'd be surprised. That's why we're sure Mask DeMasque fits his MO to a T. And what do you mean by it fits his MO to the T?
I was thinking of that myself. Eh. I wish you would listen a little more closely, pal. First of all, there's his calling card. We're 100% certain it's authentic. And there's the fact that he seems to know all about the security system. And finally, his target was an art piece. These are all part of the thief's modus operandi. And so, since this robbery seems to fit all the conditions, that's right. It means the Mask DeMasque is behind it.
Nick, definitely looks like it was Mask DeMasque who stole the urn.
But there's no real evidence either way to say whether it was Ron Delight or whether Ron Delight is Mask DeMasque.
But
Also, the urn hasn't turned up yet, let alone in the connection of Mr. Delight himself.
so even though we know it was Mask DeMasque that did it,
Maybe for the time being, I should try and show it wasn't Mask that did it. Okay, and I think we're all kind of think it's going to be this. And then... kaboom. Can I ask you a little something, Detective Gumshoe?
Just hearing that little in that question is making me nervous.
You said that he always goes after the most precious art pieces, right?
Yeah, that's right, pal.
But there's just one problem. That's not what he did in this case. This supposedly priceless it's gonna happen every couple seconds. Doesn't exactly rise to the level of precious art.
What do you mean, pal?
Nick, how can you say such a terrible thing?
No, I meant from a financial point of view. I mean, it wouldn't fetch a good price.
Well, Prosecutor Godot, what is the value of that urn?
The appraisers I spoke to said they couldn't attach a price to it. And I mean that in the worst sense. So, in other words, it was not the kind of item that Mask DeMasque would normally go after.
Yeah. If I understand you correctly, Mr. Wright, you're saying that the theft of the sacred urn was not the work of Mask DeMasque.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Actually, all I did was point out the contradiction. The argument made itself, but, well, I guess we're going down where the judge wants us to go.
Well, first of all, we need to get this issue cleared up. Was this last robbery the work of Mask DeMasque or not? What do you have to say about this, Mr. Godot?
This coffee here, it's my own special blend. I call it Godot 107. I'm trying to decide whether to cut down on the acidity or the bitterness. That's the only thing I've got on my mind right now, Mr. Trite. What? You're really a man. You should clean up your own mess. Sorry, but I have no idea what you're talking about. If you're saying it wasn't Mask DeMasque that stole this urn, then it must be someone imitating Mask DeMasque's methods. A fake.
A fake Mask DeMasque?
Fake Mask DeMasque? That sounds so ridiculous, but I kinda like it.
Now, before I decide on my coffee, I believe some proof is in order, Mr. Trite. Proof that the person who appeared in Lordly Taylor that night was actually a fake.
Though I don't approve of Mr. Godot's behavior, his point is valid. Mr. Wright, we're waiting.
Looks like I'm going to have to prove it. I need proof that the person at Lordly Taylor last night was in fact fake DeMasque. Okay, well I have an idea. The proof is right here. It's just obvious because it's the only one that makes actual sense.
This looks like a photo taken by a security camera.
If you look closely, you'll notice something peculiar about it.
Huh. Well then, why don't you go ahead and show us what it is?
Just go on, what about this thing is so peculiar? I'm assuming it's the fact that he's not got his chest thing. It's right here, of course.
You mean Mask DeMasque?
I have here a piece of reference I would like, I nearly said something else. I have here a piece of reference I would like the court to take a look at.
Isn't that the publicity photo I bought this morning?
Shh, Maya, shut up. We're winning the trial now. The problem I have with this with the security camera photo is the brooch on Mask DeMasque's chest.
A breach? Yeah, bailiff, get my steed. We need to retreat at once.
A brooch, Your Honor. It's a sort of clasp for holding one's cape on. Heroes don't wear capes. I'm firmly behind the Incredibles idea.
A clasp, eh? Oh, I see now. Yeah, but Mask DeMasque in the security camera photo. He's got no brooch.
The brooch is the same as the emblem on DeMasque's calling card and serves as his symbol. The thief that broke into Lordly Taylor wasn't wearing a brooch. In other words, this Mask DeMasque is a fake.
I've been fooled again. Order! It's true, undeniably true. Detective Gumshoe, how could you have overlooked this? Yeah, I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how I
think we can chalk this up to at me.
Hey now. You can have a pity party. Invite me too.
Mr. Godot, you deserve some blame in this too. How could you have overlooked such a large brooch?
The brooch you're talking about. Do you mean this?
That's Mask DeMasque's brooch.
Where did you find it?
Yawning again. Oh, I should have a yawn counter as well.
Well, I've always been a good nose for evidence. I got it at the crime scene. It was hidden in the shadow of a big female Buddha statue.
The Buddha statue? He must mean the Ami Faye statue. You'd think he might know that since, well, foreshadowing. I'm foreshadowing, not the game.
And why didn't you tell me about that, sir?
I always put evidence away in my pocket. After all, it's the safest place for crucial evidence.
This guy is one cool customer.
It's a little too early to be shaken up, isn't it, little lady? That friend of yours left pretty little hickeys on there too.
Hickeys?
Figuratively speaking, of course. I'm referring to Rhonda Light's fingerprints.
Yeah, Rhonda Light does look the type of guy who would give you a hickey.
Where? What? Defendant's fingerprints are on the brooch? Okay, order in the court. Mr. Godot, let's see that brooch.
I've grown attached to my metallic girlfriend here. Take good care of her.
I mean, it appears to have been from some torn-off piece of clothing. There's a little bit of cloth left on the back.
Obviously, there must have been a big struggle that night at the crime scene.
Uh-oh. Phoenix, we have a problem. Okay, well, we got some evidence. Your encounter.
You mess with Godot, and you get burned.
It's been playing me like a violin.
Well, Judge, I'm about ready to call my next witness.
Yeah, you done with me, pal? I haven't proved anything yet.
You've proven your own incompetence. That's good enough.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good at all.
Bailiff, bringing the next witness into the courtroom.
Finally, time for the ace detective to make his appearance. Huh? I went with a Pegasus voice for this guy, right?
1 second. 1 second is 1 drip of the coffee pot. Let's hurry it up.
Shush, silence. Now I see. It's all becoming clear.
What's clear?
Zvari! The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. What we have here is a judge and a prosecutor. A coffee maniac at that. Am I correct?
Well,
Honestly, can't stop yawning.
well, yes, that's right. Not bad. Not bad at all. You're the first person that's been able to penetrate my secret veil.
Well, Sir Prosecutor, let me introduce myself. My name is Luke Atme, ace detective and rising star illuminating the heavens.
Boy, these two make a perfect pair. They'd either be best friends or they'd tear each other's heads off.
I've heard that on the night of the crime that you were all alone on security detail.
Ah, yes, you have heard correctly. My specially made monocle is worth more than 100 Detective Gumshoes. If Detective Gumshoe was worth anything, that is.
Oof, burn, gumshoe, right to the chest. Just gotta hit him with those body shots. Why was this guy all by himself anyway? Must be some reason, I'm sure of it.
Well then, tell us what this special monocle of yours witnessed.
It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed. That's when my nemesis, the infamous Mask DeMasque, dancingly descended upon me. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. When I awoke, he was gone. 30 minutes later, I used the emergency phone to notify the police.
So you didn't get a clear look at the criminal.
My specially made monocle never misses a thing. However, that is limited to things that fall within my own visual range. But of course, that's only natural.
I fail to see why the witness seems so proud of his performance that evening.
Well, sir, old-timer, let me explain. We are not speaking of any ordinary thief, but the king of thieves, the great Mask DeMasque, my arch-enemy. This is what my instincts and my years of experience tell me.
Very well. Proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Trying to get comfortable. Okay, let's start pressing. So, that would be 1 o'clock on the morning of the 12th, correct? Yeah. Add it for the yarn counter.
That is an impressive deduction, Sir Lawyer.
You were on security duty that night. What exactly were you doing at that time? Or where exactly were you at the time?
A penetrating question. I was in the basement warehouse near the computer.
Near the computer, huh?
So, you weren't trying to remain hidden, I take it? Up to this point, I've tried to remain concealed while waiting for the thief.
Yeah, he said the same thing yesterday, too.
Gumshoe also said that they've never spotted the thief at the crime scenes before.
Precisely. That is precisely why I chose not to hide last night. I knew that by not concealing myself, I'll be putting pressure on the thief.
Looks like the thief was the one applying pressure. On your pigeony head, that is. Guess Phoenix is getting his sunburns in as well.
In any case...
Right. Dancingly descended. From where exactly?
Well, from the entrance, I suppose. Where else?
So, in actuality, he neither danced nor descended. Someone, please save me. So, how long is it... How is it that you didn't notice the thief?
My eyes were looking for the thief's shadow while my ears listened for his footfalls. But even so, that dastardly criminal managed to sneak up on me. It can only be due to his subtly camouflaged cape and soft-soled shoes.
I hereby dub you a stunts. I love how it just continues the statements on as well, so you can just naturally do it. All you have to do is press the... All you have to do is press the press button. You didn't see the criminal's face when that happened?
Well, that's the difficult part, how should I put it? I saw his mask, that's all I can recall. That's not a very solid as far as testimony goes. However, fortunately I had my third monocle, the security camera, at the ready. It captured his image perfectly. This should be sufficient, I believe. Well, as long as this photo is authentic, I don't see a problem here. Well, Mr. Godot, do we have a problem with this photo? Good. Then let's continue with the testimony.
Okay, and darkness swallowed me. Attacked and knocked unconscious. You weren't able to do a thing? That's certainly some very impressive detective work.
Well, Sir Lawyer, have you ever been suddenly struck on the head?
Huh? Well, actually, yes, by a fire extinguisher.
And what happened?
I was knocked out.
And you lost your memory too.
You see? You have no right to look down on me then, do you? The only reason I didn't lose my memory because I have more brains to begin with.
You may have brains, but the wiring to self-reflection part seems to be severed.
In any case, I was knocked senseless, and then... About this 30 minutes. My silver cord was loosened and my soul fled to the golden halls of Elysium.
God, talking about Hades and Elysium, I've been playing Hades recently just in my spare time. I've been trying to get like all the you know, like all the hearts, all the what is it called, affinity with each character. I'm getting there. And I like all the little side quests they put in as well. That's kind of nice. It was kind of nice, as well as the is it the first heart? Is it like doing the harder things by putting on like the Pact of Punishment? I should come back to Hades at some point. It's just the fact of like I want to see what's there, and then like give it like time, because I'm obviously playing at the moment. I don't want to go right back into it, having just finished it. Like, when did we finish it? About a couple of weeks ago. So we'll come back to it, but you know, give it time. It is a great game though. I really have enjoyed playing that game. It's so like because of the way that you can alter the challenges in that game, the replayability is just brilliant.
My silver cord was loosened. Yep, okay, in Elysium. Yeah, I remember.
As usual, I have no idea what this guy is saying.
I think he's saying he was out cold.
So, what happened during those 30 minutes? No one can say, Your Honor. The span of time has truly vanished into the ether.
What is he on about?
There's something suspicious about Detective Acme. How could he not have noticed the thief when the thief came in?
Also, he says he was knocked unconscious before he could fight back. That can't be right. Contradicts the evidence.
Huh? Which piece?
The real question is, why would he tell such an obvious lie? So, 1 in the morning just after the date changed. Let's have a look at that picture again. About right. My nemesis, the infamous Mask DeMasque, dancingly descended upon me. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fist blow to my head. Darkness swallowed me. When I woke, he was gone. 30 minutes later, I used the emergency phone to call the police. I feel like the photo is what we're going to use. If you want your true identity revealed, come to KB Security at 1 AM on October the 12th and bring 50,000. I feel like it's that. Warehouse camera went off around 1 AM. Sent before the heist. Ah, headphones falling off. Right. Dancingly descended upon me. As I began to turn, the cow struck a first blow upon my noble head and then swallowed me before I could land a punch. So it all depends on whether he was getting hit, I guess, or... I'm trying to think if it depends. Is it really all... I'm trying to think about it. It's going to be around here or here, I feel. Just give me a second. I'm trying to do this perfectly. You didn't see the criminal's face when that happened. Well, that's the difficult part. How should I put it? Saw his mask, that's all I can recall. However, I feel like it's this. It is that piece of evidence that's going to be the one I press on. Because that he's asking Godot, is it right? Swallow me before I could land a single strike. And then darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. Attacked and knocked unconscious, and you weren't able to do a thing. Certainly some very impressive detective work. Sawyer, have you ever been suddenly struck on the head? The only reason I didn't lose my memory is because I have more brains to begin with. In any case, that was the one I was knocked out senseless, and then... The only thing I can think of for this is either this or maybe... What does it say about the brooch? Found in the Shadow of Army Fae, looks like it was torn off some clothing. Yeah, before I could land a single strike, I awoke, he was gone. I think I'm going to have to press this because it says obviously it got torn on something. So you'd think if it got torn, there would have been a struggle. Aha! I guess that's my logic. It's not flawless, but I'm taking it. Otherwise, I was going to go to the picture, which I actually thought might have been the actual piece of evidence I pressed, but hey-ho. Mr. Ratme, did you take a look at this special monocle of yours? Or did you take a special look at this with that special monocle of yours? Aha, this belongs to the criminal mastermind, my arch nemesis, Mask DeMasque. It is in point of fact Mask DeMasque's brooch. It was found on the floor of the basement warehouse. I wonder how that happened. Hi, Shugsy, by the way. Elementary, my dear lawyer. Obviously, it wasn't glued on well enough. Not from what we just heard. Not quite. It clearly shows signs of having been ripped off a piece of clothing.
Ripped off? Ah!
We can only deduce that the thief struggled with someone that night. That's the only thing I can think of. Or he's, he might got it snagged. You know, at times sometimes get clothing snagged on stuff. You never know. Could have been the badge. It's very elaborate, uniform he's in, regalia. He could have just, accidentally caught it on one of the boxes. That's an explanation, I guess. And there's only one other person that was in a position to have a struggle with the thief. The only person that was on security duty that night. You, Detective Atme. Ah. Detective Atme, you must have fought with the thief that night. So, why did you lie in your testimony to the court?
Witness, giving false testimony is a serious crime. Just wait a minute, old timer. Don't talk to me like I'm living in a nursing home. I just remembered, Your Honor. I was just confused because I was dealing with so many cases lately.
The true measure of a man is the amount of work he does. That's what I say.
Nick, you can only handle one case at a time, isn't that right?
Shut up, Maya. You talk too much. Ooh, it's 9. It's -9 degrees. Oof. To be fair, here it's not bad. It's kind of mild where we are. I guess that cold front that you guys are suffering through. It's just below where we are. I guess we might have avoided it, or it's coming up. It's coming upwards. We're going to get it soon.
Witness, so are you saying that you and the thief fought?
Hold on. That's quite enough, Your Honor.
Excuse me?
Save the big questions for the testimony. That's one of my rules.
Indeed. I understand. I, Luke Atme, agree completely.
Okay, in round 3. Well, round 2 with this guy at least.
Indeed, it's true that I have looked away from the door for a brief moment. However, Luke Atme cannot be so easily discombobulated.
My favorite thing from those Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes films. First time I ever learned that word, and never stopped using it.
Unfortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. A true gentleman fights only with his fists, but they were not enough. His first blow struck true. Bam, and then that's all she wrote. So in the end, you did catch a glimpse of Mask DeMasque? Correct. It was during his third crime when he struck me from behind.
It was during his third crime he struck me from behind?
It seems that my memory has become a tad jumbled, so to speak.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, and I'm with it now.
That's certainly understandable. I myself always get confused about which testimony goes with which case.
That can be a good thing. Yeah, kind of your job to keep on track of each cases you do. To be fair, can you imagine? Can you imagine being a judge though? How many cases you have to go through every single day? Like, and remembering all the different facts, especially if all of them are long cases. Well, to be fair, I assume a judge only manages one case at a time. Like, say if it's something like massive, like, I don't know, a murder, or arson, or, I don't know, third thing that's a crime. Well, a British gentleman would use a knife. Technically, it depends. I could use a crossbow. We do in Britain. You do have. We can get a license to get a crossbow, but you have to go through so many background checks, and the government, it puts so much red tape around it that basically you're just not getting one, which is frustrating. Like I know that they give it to like farmers have them for pest control. Okay. Personally, I don't mind. I want to go back. I want to have guns. Because guns, I don't know, guns are cool. I think, I don't know, I like learning about guns. I like, and provided the fact that, you know, you learn how to actually shoot and manage and be safe with a gun, you should be fine. You know, just, you know, most idiots would just look down the chamber like an idiot. So, anyway, why did you look away from the door?
In addition to the camera, I'd prepared a variety of other sensors as well. The alarm on one of those had gone off, so I had to check the data. That's why I went to the computer, elegantly of course.
So you were momentarily vulnerable when you were working on the computer. What should I do? Ask more questions? Ask about the sensor, I'm gonna call you Phoenix. What kind of sensors are you talking about?
There are other places in the basement that someone could enter and exit from. There are air conditioners, ducts, sewer pipes, and a cat door as well.
Oh, okay, and so the judge... That makes more sense, one trial per day per judge. That's fair. Although, to be fair, it depends how long the trial goes on for.
Like if it's a simple, you know, one and done, like it's cut and dry. I guess, you know, and that's his one case for the day. You'd be pretty annoyed, wouldn't you? Well, to be fair, I guess they set certain cases aside. You know, all cases aside, because in theory, all cases have could have the ability to go for multiple days. I hooked up heat detecting, infrared, and ultraviolet sensors to each of them. So you can get him in, you know, different colors. I like it. That's a lot of hardware. Well, was it all yours? Lordly Taylor Department Store was kind enough to provide the monitoring hardware. Naturally, the security camera that took the photo belongs to them as well. In other words, he couldn't have rigged the equipment, huh? Has that cleared up any doubts you had about me, Sir Lawyer? I think we've got to ask about the other one, don't we? So skip through the dialogue first. I don't know. I don't. What's your opinion on the judge wigs? Because we have in America, they don't have the wigs like we do. Where if you're going to like, you know, if you're going in court, all of our judges and I think the prosecutor and the attorney also have said wigs. They have to put on their heads. It's a part of like the, you know, tradition of court in this country, I guess. I sort of prefer them in. I do sort of prefer them in America, though we don't have to wear them, because you know, wearing a wig for all that time when you're trying to, you know, vehemently defend or prosecute someone. I feel like you'd kind of be sweating a lot of time right under that wig, especially in summer. Anyway, so did that computer belong to Lordly Taylor as well? Correct. Well, except for the programmer that manages the data. That was specially designed for me, by me, look at me. In that case, he could have easily manipulated the data. What's wrong, Sir Lawyer? Well, I don't think we've got him either way there. Okay, now discombobulated. Clap his ears, Phoenix. Clap his ears. What does that mean? Discombobulate. Young people these days, they really irritate me. They allow perfectly good old words to die until everyone forgets what they mean. Agreed. Very much agreed. Bring back certain words. Discombobulate is a great word. Sorry, but what exactly does it mean? Well, now I've forgotten. What was I saying? Jeez, it's better than old people who forget what they were saying 5 seconds ago. Well, looks like we've cleared that up. You can go on with your testimony. Unfortunately, he rendered me senseless. What do you mean by weapon from the side? Naturally, that thief had no idea that I, Luke Adme, was hiding in the area. He grabbed the sword from the statue that was standing by the door to the warehouse. Sword? You mean the sword that was twisted like a tree branch? It could be Alzheimer's, early onset dementia. He'll be fine. He's in you know, most games after this, so you know, either he's gonna forget more, which might explain some of the cases we end up with, and or he's fine and he's just a forgetful man. I do not wish ill on the judge. He's one of the characters I actually like. Correct. Fortunately for me, the blade was not so sharp. Okay, so he is talking about the was it Shigashito? We learned last time how it's pronounced. So, the thief armed himself with a sword. And what about yourself, witness? True man fights only with his own fists. True. If you offer up a fight, if they're playing dirty, that's, you know,
well, you know, bringing a gun to a knife fight. You've sort of got to play the rules. Gotta get that big iron on your hip. You had that much faith in your own fighting abilities?
But of course, in college I was second in charge of the boxing club.
Add that bit of a... Add that yacht to the yawn counter.
I'm sorry if I failed to find that appropriately impressive. However, my opponent in the ring this time was my arch nemesis, Mask DeMasque.
This guy's a real piece of work. Yes, use a bit of pocket sand. I've not seen it's from King of the Hill, isn't it? I've not seen the actual show, but I do love the meme. And I do like how that character in the actual show, like, from what I've seen from people online, like, he's probably one of the most well-liked character in it because he's a bit of a conspiracy nut. But you know, we all like those. They're entertaining people, whether it be fictional or literal people telling you that they're putting chemicals in the water that turn frogs gay. They're all interesting and fun individuals. Anyway. Can you tell us a little more about what happened?
My opponent was both powerful and vicious. You might say he was powericious?
Powericious?
I assumed the at me fighting stance, but a sudden flash of light blinded me.
This is definitely a man who fights underhanded. When I mean underhanded, I mean, what do they call it? Bare knuckle stance. Where it's like, you know, not a boxing stance, but more like the fist. Like you've just got your arms, and he's doing like the wind up punches and stuff, ready to strike. Just look up like a bare knuckle stance, like the 1920s boxing stance. Guys with slicked hair and moustaches. This is definitely the type of guy who would do that.
That, of course, was checkmate. My opponent had bested me.
What should I do now? Were you blinded? The at-me fighting style. Well, I've got to ask if you were blinded first, and then we'll ask about the legendary at-me fighting style. So, was this flash of light... What was this flash of light that blinded you?
I was bathed in a golden light that seemed to come from the statue of the woman.
Statue of Ami Faye, I'm guessing.
Well, that wasn't very much help at all. Well, what do you think, Nick?
Well, there's one thing I'm absolutely sure of now.
Yeah, what is it?
This Luke at me guy, he's definitely hiding something.
But why?
I think I'm starting to figure out what really happened that night. And about the true nature of this detective. Right, we've got to find out about that other thing, don't we? Right, about the at me fighting style. What does it entail? Does it use fists? Does it use kicks? Is there a certain pose we have to get into?
I'm sorry, but that's a trade secret I can't really say anymore. But I suppose I can tell you if I absolutely must. The main thing is to put your back to the wall. That way, no one can get behind you.
That's it? That's the at me fighting style?
Well, Mr. Wright, what about this testimony?
It's very important, Your Honor. Of course it's important. We learned a detective's secret technique after all. He's like Batman. You know, world's greatest detective. Apart from the fact he doesn't have, you know, secret blades and a trust fund.
Well, yes, indeed. I'll remember to use it if I ever take a walk alone late at night. Why the heck is he eyeballing me like that?
It's freaking me out.
Now then, witness. Go ahead and add that secret information to your official testimony.
Yeah, but that is a real important thing for if you fight multiple people. Yes, do not turn your back to someone in a fight. I put my back to the wall to fight, but the thief's blow landed upon my third eye. Was this third eye you're talking about?
Oh, that is right between my right and left eyebrows. It's quite invisible to the unenlightened. You may call it in the forehead, the forehead if you like.
Nice, like Doctor Strange in the newest Marvel film with him. He's got that third eye that can just randomly appear. Why didn't you just say that in the first place?
Sir Lawyer, it looks like the creases in your own forehead are getting deeper.
So Mr. Abney got hit on the forehead then?
That's what he says.
I got a funny feeling about that.
Yeah, so do I.
Well, what do you think, Nick?
Well, there's only one thing I'm absolutely sure of now, and then we go back to the same text. Don't let the sword hit you, or the good Lord split you. Because I'm about to split your testimony up with this evidence. Detective Adme, your testimony is crumbling like a house of cards.
What fun this is, Sir Lawyer. It's truly a pleasure to cross swords with you.
Whoa. Whoa. I did not consent to any crossing of swords. No. I am firmly against the crossing of swords. Well, no. You want to cross swords in your own home, you can do, with a legally consenting partner. But without legal, I did not consent to cross swords with you at me. And, I'm a bit worried. Because I'm trying to think of when we might have crossed swords. Especially if this is in a courtroom and it's public. It's going to be on tape and everything.
And now, once again, you have thrown down the gauntlet at my armored feet.
I believe that is what you said yesterday.
No coward must have wormed his way in through somewhere besides the door.
Does it really? Huh. Shigashito literally translates to 7-branched sword. Well, that's kind of... Didn't we learn that last time anyway?
Then my arch nemesis struck me on the head from behind with this gruesome item here.
From behind? Can't cross swords if it's from behind. Unless I guess it's... Never mind. I'm just gonna leave that on the cutting room floor. But just now you testified that he struck you on the forehead. I hardly think you would forget where you were hit on the head.
It seems I've made another mistake.
Good point. How can you get struck from behind if he is hitting the wall? That's where Mask DeMasque come from. He was a fake wall this whole time. Detective Adme, that's not the only strange part of your testimony.
What do you mean by that?
For example, the very fact that you hid the calling card from the police itself is strange. It's almost if you were afraid that you were going to help with security.
Geniuses such as myself have always been misunderstood. How sad.
That's wrong. Oh, so that's what Godot actually sounds like. So, sorry, it's just the line. To err is human, to forgive divine. I always use the to F around as human to find out as divine. Personally, that's my adage. Especially with people who do stupid things and instantly realize the mistakes they made and get punished for doing so. Humans aren't machines. They have souls, feelings. They live, they die, they love, they hate. And yes, they even make mistakes. Hey, hold on, it's not as pretty as that. Really? What is it like then? It's interesting that they use the same sound for the gavel as they do his coffee cup. Always chase a riddle down to the end. That's one of my rules. I did do in 3 Batman games, and I almost wanted to pull myself into submission for doing so. Oh, that reminds me, when we play Arkham Knight again. I don't think it's as bad as Arkham City, but it's getting there. To be fair, Arkham Origins wasn't that bad. I did it in 1 session. Got all the the informant packages and stuff. Compared to Arkham City, it was great. The only problem is that when you went into an area with Arkham Origins, there was only really one way in or out, so you had to sort of circulate in or out. There wasn't you had to circulate through the whole level, and then go back the way you came, rather than having a quick and easy way out. Anyway, enough of my struggles with Arkham and the collectible marathons they hold. This just might be my chance to turn things around.
Mr. Wright, what exactly is this you're asserting? Is it that you're asserting?
Very well, Your Honor. The defense asserts that... Well, since the other 2 is stupid, I'm going to go with this one. The one that makes somewhat amount of sense. The answer is simple. It's clear to me now. Detective Luke Atmey's true identity is actually Mask DeMasque. Yes, just T-pose. That's how you assert dominance, and that's how you start a fight. Actually, you just T-pose, and then which one has the bigger T gets the first punch, and then you proceed from there. So that is the art of hand-to-hand combat, don't you know?
Order, Mr. Wright. What is the meaning of this?
There are too many unnatural parts to Mr. Atmey's story. He says he was hiding at the crime scene, which is why no one ever saw him there. And then in his last case, he manages to outperform Detective Gumshoe, and hey, hang on a minute, that's not an incredible feat. The entire police force to miraculously retrieve the stolen treasure. That's because I analyzed the crime scene data and made an exquisitely elegant deduction. I picked up clues that the police overlooked in order to arrive at her. Oh, please. The explanation is far simpler than that. Detective Atmey. The truth is that you are in fact Mask DeMasque.
Oh. But Mr. Wright, this photo is clearly shows Mask DeMasque. The security camera belongs to Lordly Taylor Department Store. He shouldn't have been able to manipulate it.
Oh, there we go. Table slamming time, boys. He didn't need to manipulate it. He gained access to the warehouse under the pretense of providing security. Then he simply dressed up as the thief and stole the urn.
So the ace detective is actually an ace thief. Is this true, witness?
DeMasque Summer was so pure genius, and so am I. Look at me, ace detective. You're very clever to have come to such a conclusion. I'm impressed, sir lawyer.
What? Witness, you're admitting it?
Nick. Here's your chance.
Yeah, time to put the last nail in this guy's coffin. Detective Atme, when you assumed the... I was waiting for Godot. I hope that Godot likes his coffee cold.
Godot Blend 102. My personal favorite.
With the monocle, how does the monocle thing hold on? I don't know. He's just got incredible eyebrow strength to clamp it down. He's been doing like the rock exercises with the eyebrow to get it, get it up to that muscle strength, and then he just keeps it there forever.
Mr. Godot?
The ace detective is actually an ace thief. I smell a best-selling novel. There's only one problem. It simply isn't true.
But Mr. Godot, Mr. Wright has made some pretty strong points, and
I love how that coffee cup is defying physics.
I will admit my opponent has woven a compelling narrative out of whole cloth. But it is, in fact, nothing more than a patchwork quilt, Mr. Trite.
Yeah, the coffee did not need to be thrown like that. Especially since it's meant to be his favorite blend as well.
If this detective really is the thief, then show us the proof of your claim. But it better be as hot and as perfect as the coffee dripping down your face.
God damn it, double F's and double P's. Getting mixed up all over the place.
Well, Mr. Wright, don't just stand there. This court would like to hear this decisive proof you have. Quickly.
Yep, sure, of course, Your Honor. What's the big rush?
You alright, Nick?
Amy looks pretty rattled right now. I'd like to finish this right now if I can. Can I really do it? Decisive evidence that proves Luke Atme is in fact Mask DeMasque is... Have we got anything yet? I think I would... Have we got anything yet? The only thing I can say is they'll sort of prove it is the urn. And we've not found it yet, so... There's no evidence I have right now that proves to me that it should be.
Critical evidence.
Add that one to the on counter. Proof of course. I've got nothing.
Just what I thought. A man has to hold his head up high, no matter how hard things get after all.
I see what you're doing there, Shoxy.
I see. I thought perhaps you had some evidence to back up your assertion. Instead, you're just BSing. Like you always do, you BSer, Phoenix Wright.
This is no good. I've got to stay on the attack. I'll never get another chance to prove that that guy is the thief.
Don't give up, Nick. Think harder and try again.
Another one for the yarn counter? It's no good. I'm just not ready yet.
But are you going to just give up and let us lose like this?
You've come to your senses, have you, Sir Lawyer?
Can't think of a counterattack at all.
It seems the cloud of suspicion surrounding this witness is lifted. Mr. Godot, if you have anything further to add, then... Who was...
Ah, yes, the woman.
Who are you?
That doesn't really matter right now, does it?
Ms. Delight, what are you doing here?
Nicky boy, the thing you've been looking for, I think I found it.
You mean that bag?
No, not the bag. What's in the bag? Well,
She found the urn.
That's,
the sacred urn. Nick, it's the urn.
Did she break into his house?
Order. You, madame? That urn, where did you find it?
You'll never believe it. It was in the office of Mr. Fancy Pants Ace Detective, Luke Atme.
Oh, Desi, you're the best. Well, how do you explain this one, Mr. Atme? Well, I guess we're just not, you know, overlooking the, what is it, the Fourth Amendment? Fruit the poisonous tree and all that jargon. Basically, if you get any evidence in a dodgy manner, it gets thrown out, despite how incriminating it may be.
Even you are going to have a hard time weaseling your way out of this one.
Again, add it on the counter.
Pathetic. Mr. Godot, have you something you wish to say?
Yeah. Your Honor, it simply amazes me how quickly times change. In the old days, a man was to be taken at his word. It's truly sad.
You're still denying that Mr. Atme was involved?
Before casting aspersions at Detective Atme, consider the young lady here. Her name is Desiree. Desiree Delight. Is that correct?
Yeah, what about it?
How charming. The lengths that a woman is willing to go to save her husband is truly inspiring.
What are you insinuating?
As the wife of the criminal, you have discovered that stolen urn anywhere, including the office of the good detective here.
I personally like the idea, like, that he has like magnets inside the handle, and he has one that he just uses to move it closer to him. Because technically, you could do that if you wanted to. Or he just might have he just might have that coffee cup on like something on the actual, you know, whatever you want to call it, the stand he's on.
So you found the urn. What does that prove? Certainly doesn't prove where the urn was before you found it.
What? I just brought it here from the detective's office.
Yeah, but we'd see the string. That's why I think it's magnets. Because magnets, you know, you don't see magnets if you hide them correctly.
Please, madame. This town is already filled with to the brim with lies. Any more could only compound the tragedy we have been witness to.
You're wrong. I would never do such a thing.
I mean, how cool can Godot really be? Does he could have the Force, but you know, is he combining franchises with having a Cyclops visor? Maybe he's just all the X-Men combined into one and he's just telekinetic. Mr. Light.
Please, Nicky boy, you've got to help me talk some sense into these people.
There must be some way. I've got to prove that that urn in the Acme Detective Agency. Testify about what I saw. So show fingerprints on the urn. I can't prove anything yet. Yes, we can. I want to show fingerprints on the urn, please. I can prove where the urn was by the fingerprints on it.
Fingerprints,
Oh, come now. You're really making me laugh, sir lawyer. Fingerprints indeed. May I go on? Good. Now, it would be perfectly understandable if my fingerprints were on the urn. After all, it was I who had been guarding the urn in the first place. In any case, I'm always in the habit of wearing gloves, you see. So unfortunately, my fingerprints wouldn't be evidence of anything.
Well, what about it, Mr. Wright? This witness's fingerprints would mean nothing anyway.
Nick, what are you gonna do now?
I've come too far to turn back now. Amy must have brought the urn back to his office yesterday. And there, I'm sure someone must have left fingerprints on it. The defense proposes that the fingerprints of this person should be on the urn. Now, children, if you remember what we did previously in Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Phoenix did get a good grasp of whatever was in that bag, and provided the fact it is the urn, it's hard but also smooth, which could have been a lot of other things, but hopefully it's the urn. And describe it, well, it could be a lot of different things since we know Mr. Atme likes crossing swords in public. So, who knows? So, what is all this fuss about fingerprints anyway? Mr. Atme, do you recall the events of yesterday?
Hey Nick, come on, open it up.
Hey, wait a minute. We can't just open his private property.
Don't be such a fuddy-duddy. This is an important investigation. Well, what's in here?
Hang on a sec, I'm taking it out now. Yeah, whatever it is, it feels kind of hard and smooth. Well, I'm a bit worried it could be anything.
Why, hello there.
It's true that I didn't get a chance to look in the bag at the time, but I did touch whatever was inside.
What? You touched it?
I remember it very well. It was smooth and hard, just like just like Phoenix's hair, because that thing's got to have a hell of a load of hairspray in it to keep it looking like that. I mean, the one thing I remember about, again, with the anime, with this, I remember the bloopers more than watching the actual show. I remember the voice actor that's breaking up multiple times being like, that's such a hard line to get out without laughing. It's so smooth and hard.
Well, that was just,
Your Honor, I'd like the court to examine the fingerprints on that urn. If my fingerprints are on there, then it proves that the urn was in Detective Atme's office. Or I'm Mask DeMasque. Second explanation.
Well, even if your fingerprints are on the urn, it still doesn't prove when they were put there, does it?
Technically, he's right. Technically, he's right, because Phoenix, I'm assuming, would have touched it beforehand. Like, about a year ago, when he used it the first time in court. So technically, I don't know how long a fingerprint lasts on something, but technically that could last for a bit. I guess. Of course it does.
What did you say?
It's not what I say, but what Adrian Andrews, the person in charge of the exhibition, said. Yep, that's how you say it.
I polished it until it was just about glowing. I thought maybe I could make it look more valuable.
God, I love me some Adrian. If she polished it that much, she must have removed any and all fingerprints on it. And the only chance I had to get my fingerprints on it after that was yesterday at the Acme Detective Agency.
This blend, Godot Blend 107. I've decided it's a little too bitter after all.
Yeah. I do like Adrian. She's very good at polishing.
Hold on. I accept the defense's request. Bailiff, take this urn and...
Wait a moment, Your Honor. There's no need for that.
No need, you say?
Precisely. I already know Mr. Wright's fingerprints are on the urn.
What are you saying?
Yeah, I've finally broken him down. Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown.
This guy is nuttier than a fruitcake.
You see, it was me all along. I am the one and only Mask DeMasque. I hope you all enjoyed my little performance.
Well, Mr. Godot, what's Mr. Adme's condition?
Well, that was easy.
He's still in the lobby, laughing insanely, Your Honor. I wish I could enjoy the joke as much as he seems to be.
Well, it looks like the matter is settled. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of thief.
Besmirching, another old word that's cool as hell and we should bring back. Nick? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Nick, you were right after all.
Yeah, I guess Mr. Delight wasn't really the thief.
The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight.
Here he comes.
You're wrong. Wrong, I tell you.
I mean, not exactly wrong so much, but not right, and what I was really trying to say. Oh no, he's not. This can't be happening. The thief? The sneaky, odious thief who's been stealing all the treasures? It's me! I'm him! I'm the one you want! I'm the thief, I tell ya! Just do it, pronounce me guilty, please.
I don't know what kind of kangaroo court you all think this is, but...
The true identity of the thief has already been proven. Please hurry and pass judge... What are you talking about? I already confessed. I'm the thief, I tell ya.
Mr. Godot, don't just stand there drinking coffee.
Hey there, Mr. Thief.
Yeah? Yes, sir?
If you're really a man, then clean up your own mess.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I just don't have any idea what you mean.
If you are Mask DeMasque, then prove it. That's what it means.
Yes, sir. I'd be happy to.
He says he's happy to, Nick.
It's kind of cute. He's 100% committed to his fantasy.
Good boy. Now, just remember one thing. A boy only gets one chance in his life to become a man.
I know that. I won't fail, I swear. How old is Rondalite again, by any chance? You'd think he would be a man by now. Yeah, he's like 23.
Okay then, let's talk. We're all listening.
Oh, well, let's all have a listen to this confession.
Guess we've got one more left in us. The truth is, I've been Mask DeMasque all along. I mean, you can't prove that I'm not actually Mask DeMasque, can you? I don't have an alibi for the night the urn was stolen, after all. I donned my costume that night and instantly descended upon the scene of the crime. Look, you can see right there in the photo. That's me. As for my brooch, I snagged it on the door handle and it got torn off, that's all. Sounds about right.
I don't like the direction that this trial has taken.
He believes he's Mask DeMasque. He truly does believe he is the maskiest of masks. But this is how every trial goes, at least with me anyway.
You're doing great.
Stop it, Mr. Godot. You're embarrassing me.
Like I said, you're the only one. You're only gonna get one chance to testify. All right. If you make it through with flying colors, I'll keep my promise too. I'll make sure you stay locked up in prison as the one and only true Mask DeMasque.
Thank you so much, Mr. Godot. I'll do my best.
All right, Mr. Wright, since the prosecution is not going to do its job, I guess you have to do it. It's time for the cross-examination.
Okay, let's press some statements and figure it out. You may think you're the real Mask DeMasque, but your wife thinks you're delusional. Which is a shame, because she's incredibly hot and you're incredibly thick. I haven't told Desi yet. About my true identity, I mean. Believe me, I've got my reasons. With the way your room is decked out, how could she not possibly know about it?
Even thieves have complicated family situations, I suppose.
What should I do? Sounds like we're getting sidetracked again. Press. Always press, unless they tell you otherwise. So why are you withholding the truth from your wife? Well, first of all, I don't think she believed me anyway. And second, there is one thing Desi absolutely detests. It's criminals.
If that's the case, then why did you ever start thieving to begin with?
Well, Desi is crazy about shopping and, she's a real shopaholic. Well, I guess out of, addictions to go down, it's not the worst thing she can have. She's the love of my life, Your Honor. I guess I could say I'm a Desi-aholic?
You do have a complicated family situation after all. You're an idiot. She's a gold digger, you moron.
Alright, that's enough. Please continue with your testimony. Please, I beg of you.
I thought you were going to be the one to show us the proof. You know, like, you're the real Mask DeMasque and not just some kind of obsessed fanboy? Hey now, that's not fair. Why do I have to do all the hard work anyway? Maybe because you're the one making the outrageous claim. For a change.
Come on, Nick. You know that Mr. Delight wouldn't have committed the crime. You're the one with a fancy law degree. It's time to put it to work already.
I need some kind of proof that Ron couldn't possibly be Mask DeMasque.
Well, I guess if you had that kind of proof, we wouldn't still be here, would we?
For the time being, maybe I need to shift strategy. I should try and prove that Mr. Delight couldn't have stolen the yarn. Anyway, Ooh. I am really... My eyes are starting to go because I've not had any sleep. So, you've got no alibi. I've been a judge for a long time. This is the first time I've ever heard a defendant brag about having no alibi. But I tell you it, I was in Lordly Taylor that night. No. That's too vague, even for me. To be more precise, I was, down in the basement warehouse. Hold on.
What is it, Nick?
Where was Ron Delight when the crime happened anyway? Yawn counter. If we can prove he had an alibi after all, this case will be a piece of cake.
Well, you're right, but,
Huh. You think you can prove that? Wake up and smell the coffee.
Well, I think maybe I can. Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence that shows the defendant has an alibi? Not yet. Of course not. Don't be ridiculous. I'm sorry. Say, why am I apologizing for? You, witness, hurry up with your testimony already. Why is it that I'm the only one who has to apologize for everything in the end? Mainly because you're a thief, but, you know, besides that. I donned my costume and descended upon the scene of the crime. Dancingly descended? From where exactly? Well, the entrance, I suppose. Where else? In actuality, he neither danced nor descended. Someone, save me. Again.
I think he thinks descended sounds more heroic than thief-like or something.
Anyway, I was there at the crime scene just like I said I was. I'm yawning. The cow must be up to about 10 right now. Look, you can see her on the phone. That's me. This is the photo that was taken by the security camera at the crime scene. No doubt about it. That's Mask DeMasque. Yes, but you don't forget there's something important missing. Real Mask DeMasque has a big brooch on his chest. That's my brooch. I snagged it and it got torn off, that's all. You didn't notice it when your brooch was torn off. Huh? Well, I'm always a little nervous while I'm working. There's a bit of clothing on the left back side of the brooch here. I don't think it could have been torn off that easily.
Yeah, but I don't see what this has to do with anything. Right now, we're trying to prove that Mr. Delight isn't the thief, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Let me hear that testimony one more time.
Why does Mr. Delight want Mask DeMasque so badly anyway? Kind of disturbing. Doesn't seem like your typical attention whore to me.
Wow, they were. I did not think they would be able to put whore in this. Fair play. Unlike say, you, Nick.
I'll say, unlike saying you, Nick.
Nothing of the sort, thank you very much. I gotta admit, the way Ron is acting is kinda scary.
Anyway, time to poke some holes in that testimony of his.
Find the one with the question mark, I just can't remember which one it is. You've got no alibi. Been a long time, been a judge. I think I have evidence that shows he has an alibi. I think I have the evidence, or do you think I'm some sort of third-rate rookie? Oh, I've never seen you this angry before.
I'm not surprised. Anger is the last refuge of the pathetic.
I thought I was more confident than angry, but okay.
Well, let's see this evidence already.
Let's see this evidence already. Show to the court where you think your client was on the night of the crime. Blackmail no. Mr. Delight, I believe you've seen this before, haven't you?
That's...
What is it? A blackmail letter. That's what it looks like from the contents, anyway. Blackmail? According to this letter, at 1 o'clock in the morning on the night of the crime, Mr. Ron Delight was ordered to go to the offices of KB Security. 1 o'clock in the morning? Correct. Which is around the time the security camera photo was taken. So if the defendant was at KB Security at 1 o'clock in the morning, then this proves that he has a watertight alibi. No! Furthermore, considering the distance between Lordley Taylor and KB Security, it would have taken 30 minutes to get there by car, according to Larry anyway. Well, Mr. Godot, have you anything to say? And stop drinking that coffee.
Come on, Mr. Thief. Don't let this guy beat you. Tell him why he's wrong.
You're the only one who calls me thief, Mr. Godot. Alright, I'll try. I'll do it. I will.
He's really got Mr. Delight all worked up.
Yeah, it's like he's a kid at his first day of school. Mr. Wright, it's true I received that blackmail letter, but whether or not I actually went there is a whole different story, right? Oh, I'm sorry if I'm sounding dramatic. I guess I don't know what I'm talking about.
That was brilliant.
Well, Mr. Wright, it looks like you need some evidence after all.
That stupid kid.
Now then, let me see your evidence. Demonstrate to the court Demonstrate to the court that Mr. Delight was actually there that night. Well, I think I'm going to use this. Since it literally says it was found at 1 o'clock at that point. Mr. Delight, this wallet does belong to you, correct? Yeah, it does. I lost it somewhere. Mr. Wright, where did you find a wallet? You should report it to the police right away. No, you don't understand. This is an important piece of evidence. Evidence? Mr. Delight, when did you first notice that you'd lost your wallet?
think it was on the night of the crime. But I know I still had it when Desi and I went out for dinner. This wallet was found approximately at 1 a.m. at KB Security Headquarters.
What the? Surely you're not serious.
Yes, I am serious. This proves that Mr. Delight was in fact at KB Security that night. No!
This is indeed sad. Romanticists are blind to the reality that lies before them.
Huh? What does that mean?
Why did Mr. Delight drop his wallet at KB Security? What purpose did it serve? Perhaps it was dropped by his wife to create a false alibi. Or their dear husband instead.
I'm sorry, but Mr. Delight probably dropped it himself when he went to use this. Keycard to KB Security's CEO's office.
CEO's office?
What's wrong? No snappy comebacks? Yawn counter? If someone wants to put in the total yawn counters in the comments, I'm sure that'd be great. Just keeping a counter of it. The fact that Mr. Delight entered the CEO's office around 1 o'clock that night.
No!
Order. So when the theft of the urn occurred, the defendant was at KB Security. Looks like a perfect case for the defense.
You may see it as a perfect case, Judge, but to me... well, let's just say my Godot Blend 107 impresses me a lot more.
What are you trying to say?
You say the thief was being blackmailed by the CEO of a security company. But did you actually investigate this CEO at all?
Huh? Well, no, I guess not.
Accusing a man of blackmail with no proof. Not sure what I think about that.
I'm not sure what to think about that. At least I know what I think of you.
Good point. Now that I think about it myself. You claimed that the defendant entered the CEO's office, but you will need at least one witness to corroborate your claim, Mr. Wright.
Nick, I think we're gonna have to track down the CEO guy.
No, we don't have to track down the CEO at all.
What do you mean by that, trite?
There is someone else who can testify. Oh, is this gonna be the guy? I think it is. Come on down, Larry.
Who is this useless-looking man?
You don't remember him, Your Honor.
Not exactly. But just looking at this picture makes the bile start to rise in my throat.
It looks like he doesn't remember the case from 2 years ago.
He's probably blanked that memory out on purpose. Anyway, this man was working as a guard at at KB Security that night.
Oh?
The question at hand is this keycard. Yeah. That's the keycard that we use in the building I work. According to the serial killer, this one's for the CEO's office. You need to get into that room every time and use that card. It leaves a record. Yeah, it tells you who's exactly entered that room and when. As you can see, there's no need to investigate the CEO of KB Security. We should be able to discover the truth simply by analyzing the keycard's data. Spits out the coffee.
Well, Mr. Godot? Any suggestions?
The name of the CEO is KB Security is named Kane Bullard. I was unable to contact him directly, but I got the keycard data. Here.
Oh, that's what I get for putting the controller down on the table.
So,
Sir, what does it show?
each keycard has its own serial number and they leave detailed records on it. According to this data, this card was used at 1 p.m. on the morning of the crime.
Okay, love that.
But that means it can't be Mr. Delight dressed as Mask DeMasque in this photo.
Looks like you're right. 2 minutes isn't even enough to brew up a good old cup of joe.
So then...
Ron Delight was clearly in the office of KB Security's CEO, in the office of KB Security's CEO at the scene of the crime. Prosecutor's office is ready to admit that fact. Therefore, it's impossible for the defendant to be Mask DeMasque.
Good job, Nick. You did it.
That's enough. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him over the title of thief.
What's wrong, Your Honor?
I'm ready to pass judgment, but before I do that, do you have any further objections?
No, Your Honor.
Very well. Court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight.
Yeah, we won the first trial. Whoop-de-friggin-do.
Now court is adjourned.
Whew. Sorry, I can feel my eyes dropping because I've not had no sleep.
Nick, you did it. You were right after all. Actually, I'm a little ashamed of myself. Nicky boy.
Oh, Miss Delight.
I knew you could do it. I believed in you all along, Nicky boy. I don't know how I can ever repay you.
I've got a few things in mind. Ah, shucks, thanks, Miss Delight. I just know I'm blushing.
Congratulations, Mr. Nick.
Oh, Pearls. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Who is this woman?
Oh, she's nobody. She's just, she's what I want Maya to wear.
You're blushing. How dare you do this in front of Mystic Maya? You should be ashamed of yourself.
Ow! She slapped me.
Pearly? This woman is Desiree Delight. She's our client's wife. Mr. Nick.
Yes?
You're even worse than I thought.
Yeah, Phoenix, you hound. Get it in with everybody? What a guy.
Even worse than I thought, going behind the back of your own client. No, you've got it all wrong. I'll never forgive you.
Ow, double slap. Oh, Pokemon moves now.
Well, anyway, all's well that ends well, right? You got the sacred urn back and the thief has been caught. You're so right. It's all thanks to Nicky Boy here. But actually, it was you, Miss Delight. You brought us that urn back. Thank you from the bottom of our heart. Oh, please. You're just embarrassing me.
If we won the case, why does this guy look so glum?
I am the thief. Actually, what's the point now? What is it, honey? I did my best for you, Ronnie. I know and I appreciate it, Desi. The thing is...
Come on, give the kid some time. He just got a little touch of the blues. You know about feeling blue, right, amigo?
Mr. Godot, what are you doing here?
Oh, come on, I just came here to say thanks to my newest buddy. You, Mr. Wright.
Maybe you should learn my name before calling me buddy.
Well, playtime's over.
Huh?
Early this morning, the body of Kane Bullard was discovered.
Kane Bullard? Where have I heard that name before? Isn't that the name of the CEO of KB Security? Wait, body?
The estimated time of death was 1 a.m. on October 12th.
1 a.m. on October 12th? Wait, you don't mean...
That's right, amigo. At the same time, that little cheap urn was being stolen. The CEO of KB Security was being murdered.
So then, what are you doing here?
Oh, come on, you figured it out already, haven't you, amigo? Or, you already forgotten about that piece of info I helped you out with today.
Help me out? What? Help me out? I'm confused.
On October 12th at 1 o'clock in the morning, Rhonda Light was in the CEO's office. The scene of the murder. Beginning that blackmail letter, he must have been
Embroidered? Brewed?
without a rage.
What are you saying, imbued with rage?
Oh, come on. Don't tell me you don't know. Rhonda Light was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard.
Employee of KB Security?
Looks like that alibi saved him from being convicted as a thief. Going to be the same one that gets him hanged. Kind of an anti-alibi.
No way.
He can't be the thief because he was at the murder scene when the murder occurred.
No, that's a lie. It can't be true. Oh, but I'm a thief, I tell you.
Rhonda Light, you're going back to prison again. This time, the charge is going to be much more serious. This time, you'll be tried for murder.
Wait, what? This is impossible.
I'm looking forward to another exciting showdown, Mr. Trite. You and I aren't through with each other yet. Sure, you'll back down from a challenge. You've never been a coward.
Mr. Nick, is there something personal between you two?
I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. At least let me have some fun while I'm here.
This guy. Who the heck is he? Maybe quiet, but he's the most dangerous enemy I've ever faced.
Well then, time to say goodbye to Mr. Delight.
Nick, how could this be happening?
Right in front of our very eyes, our client has been arrested for murder. The one who establishes his presence at the scene was me.
Yeah, Ronnie.
Arrested for murder on the very same day he's declared innocent of larceny. What the heck's gonna happen next? And that is where we will end it today. And I think... Oh, well, we'll see. I'll take a little break and I'll see how I feel. If not, if I don't feel up to it, because my eyes are dropping, because I've had very little sleep. If I can keep up, or if I I feel like I'm up to it, we'll play some Ori. But otherwise, I think we might end it today. I'll see after the break. So after, just give me 5 minutes and I'll make sure I'll let you guys know. But for now, that's all the time we've got for today. For people on Twitch, all of these will get archived to YouTube, Rumble, and BitChute. There'll be a link down below from where you're watching this. If you want to ever check those out, just click down below from where you're watching the stream. People on those platforms, as I've just mentioned, should be watching, or you can watch this live on Twitch. There you can interact with me and like I said, watch live like people have been doing today. You're more than welcome to. There should be a link in the description of every video that I do to the Twitch channel. So as any other platform you wish to watch me on, I'd like to thank you guys for watching one final time, and bye-bye.